Okay guys, this may be a little shaky, only because I've got one camera stacked on top of the other camera. The bottom camera, this one, is the Canon T4i. The one above it is the little JVC camcorder, 40x optical zoom, blah blah blah, hi-fi, high digital, that kind of crap. Anyway, I want to check something with color and lighting between the two cameras. And this is one of the ways that I figured I'd do it. Now by keeping these on here, it's just not going to work. Also the lighting has a lot to do with this as well. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to lay out some colors to see if it's going to distinguish the difference between the colors, because there's three colors here, and believe it or not, they're quite a ways off from one another. There's a blue, there's a pink, there's three shades of red, there's a couple of yellows, and I believe they're all in a frame of sort. I may have to move them up a little bit more. Hold on. Alright, a little bit more. Alright, if you say so. I hear you. I hear you. Okay. Alright, so. And then we got a couple of yellows. Well, you know what? Let me put the yellows together, because there's three shades of these. Somewhat yellow, somewhat mustard. What else we got? We got a blue, we got a green. Here's an orange. That's a silver. Oh, you're not seeing that one. Alright, so we're going to do a few of these anyway. Oh, here's another pink. So let's take that out of there and replace that with a pink. Well, let's put the hole on the top. And let's see if we have any other colors that I can deal with here. Oh, here's another blue. So let's see here. Let's put this blue in the center. Let's move this over. Let's move this over. Let's put that there. So there's a couple of blues. I hope you're catching all this. I guess I can move this over that way a little bit more. Yeah, and probably move it down a little bit more. Alright, so kind of give us an idea of where we're at. You know, and there's a, if you're not seeing these, you're not going to see all these. You know what? Wait a minute. Now you will. Okay. I said, why is one camera showing more than the other one? Well, that one's not going to show up there. So, okie dokie. Here, let's go down here with it. You guys will see them? They both see it. Okay. So there's that. There's that. These are two shades of gray. That's kind of a green. It's kind of a metallic OD. There's a light green. Here's a gold. Where else do I have room for? Okay, I got room over here. There's another goldish color. There's a silverish color. That's kind of a brindle. That's a light brown. We're going to leave it at that. Alright, there's enough colors there to work with. You know what? Let me put a brown down just for the hell of it. Light brown, medium brown, kind of a military brown. So, alright, so that's enough for those for now. Now that light that's shining down on these right now are small floodlights. So they're standard floodlights. And I notice sometimes I get different colors with different cameras. And none of them are the actual color. And I think it's the light that's throwing it off. So either I'm going to have to figure out the settings on the cameras to try to correct it, or just have a light that will correct it and not worry about it, because I don't want to have to keep changing settings. I like to leave things alone as much as possible. So I'm going to turn on an overhead set of fluorescent lights, which are not going to come on right now for some reason. There we go. They're starting to come on. It's a little chilly and damp, and when it's chilly and damp in here, these lights have a tendency of not wanting to work. So you have to kind of bang on them every now and then, or I'm going to have to just buy a better set. I bought some cheap ones thinking it was going to be in the garage, and I wouldn't have to worry about it. So, alright, one set of fluorescents lit up, but the fan is going to block it. So let me move the fan. Okay, that should help a little bit. And I wish the other light would come on, because that would make a big difference. Let me turn these lights off for a minute. Now those are with the fluorescent, one set of fluorescent lights. And there's some backlights around me, so that's not the only light on in here. I'm going to turn it off. There we go, now the other one's coming up. Sometimes it takes a couple flips of the switch. I am going to have to buy a better pair of fluorescent lights because, like I say, these are just cheap. And I've got tons of new bulbs, so I've changed the bulbs, and no matter what I do, it still stays the same. So that's just with fluorescent lighting. So now, that's with the fluorescent and the floodlights. Now I'm going to unscrew two of them. Now there's a center one. The center light that's on now, it's an outdoor flood, but it takes that G10 bulb, you know, that high intensity type bulb. I think it's a G10. Hold on a minute, and I'll pull one out and show you. It takes this type of bulb. Alright, so you know, it's just a little plug-in bulb. It is an outdoor flood, but it's a different type of bulb. So that's where we're at. Now the top camera, this one is the JVC. This one is the Canon. Now with me looking at the screens, the Canon seems to be giving me sharper, Canon down below, sharper, brighter colors. Where the top one seems to be warmer colors. So that's where I'm at with the colors right now. So I'm just trying to do a comparison here because, you know, I'm thinking through the course of the winter, I just screwed in the other lights. I may think about trying to change the quality of the videos. You know, I've been farting around long enough with just running around doing not a hell of a lot of anything, and there's a lot that I actually do that you guys may or may not want to see, but we'll take it from there. And most of the time, they're really educational. You know, they're not just, you know, when I'm putzing around here. I should be taking the camera with me more. But before I start taking it with me, I better learn how to use them. That's the thing, and which one's going to work best for me. So that's what we're going to go there. Then I can start getting into a little bit more with the editing and the color corrections and stuff like that. But I want to start with something as fresh as I possibly can and as natural as I possibly can, and then we'll take it from there. So that's where we're at with that. Now I'm going to cast a shadow from top to bottom. I don't know if you can see it, to see if it changes at all. Alright, so there we go with the shadow from top to bottom. And kind of get an idea. Let me put another shadow on it this way. From your right to left. Or if you're on a boat, starboard to port. Okay, we'll go port to starboard. Okay, alright, anyway, I want to try to get an idea on the color. The blanket itself, you can tell what kind of blanket that is in the color. Everybody's familiar with this blanket, I'm sure. I mean, everybody has one, I bet. So, you know, but it's the kind of a white, the kind of an off-white, different shades of grays, browns, blacks, and so on. You know, but that's what that is as far as color goes. Now, what do I have time-wise? I'm eating up 9 minutes on this, and I haven't even got started. All right, so that's where we're at there. If worse comes to worse, I'm going to have to break this up. What I'm going to do is I'm going to shut them off, leave them where they are, and then I'm going to find something else to compare, and I'll turn them back on. So, whoop, that's if I stop knocking things around. I'm going to do what it is.